What's going on, Auntie Six? What's going on, Darnell Sanders? I got your comment, my guy. I'll get back to you in a little bit, my man. Poppy says it's draft day. T minus 7 hours from counting. That's what I like to hear. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Smash the like button, everyone, before we kick off the video. Let's do this. Show them good vibes. I'm stoked. I hope you guys are pumped up. I'm pumped up. We're gonna hit this one hard, real hard, like every day. Ain't no different. Ain't no different here. I'm excited right now. I'm really excited right now. Really excited for the draft. It's my favorite time of the year, which is draft season. Welcome to the dark side of BEASTwriter. Beast Nation, what is up? It is draft day. Everyone is pumped. I hope you are pumped. GM Dave Ziegler has this team trending in the right direction, leaving no stone unturned. Sorry, if I'm mumbling, if I'm stumbling, it's because I got 0 hours of sleep. You guys would know, literally got 0 hours of sleep because I'm responding to your comments on all hours of the morning. And then someone says, hey, are you going to go? No, team no sleep. Team no sleep here. Look at that. Look at the bag. Does it look like I got sleep? I ain't get any sleep. But you know what? This is what it takes. This is why people call me Beast, right? It's not just for my bodybuilding gains. It's because I actually put in the work. I outwork everyone. And if someone tries to raise the bar and say no, then iron sharpens iron. Let's go. Let's lace them up and let's go. Inner track meet. No, I in all honesty, everyone works hard. I'm kidding a little bit. I'm just a little amped for the draft. But no, everyone does solid work, except for the content stealers. You know, it's ridiculous how people like pretend they know what they know, like what they know and what they don't know, but what they don't know, they don't know. So it's like I put up a tweet and I put it up on YouTube. Like, you see how I did that? This is not my first rodeo. I've been doing this for 11 years now and then covering the draft since 98, right? Doing mock drafts since 2007. So you don't think I know that people steal my stuff? Of course I do. So that's why when I put up stuff like Peter Skoronsky going, right? It could happen. I know they're high on him, all right? So I'm not just throwing out smoke just to kind of like throw out smoke. With that being said, there is no way they're going to take Peter Skoronsky at number 7. Now watch them take Peter Skoronsky at number 7. There's just no way. Why? Because of his arm length. And I see an interior guard, not an offensive tackle. See, all this time, people are saying, oh, he played blindside left tackle for 3 years at Northwestern, 3 years starter coming out of the Big Ten. Arm length wasn't a problem. but it's not what we would do, right? Like I would pick Peter Skoronski, but it's not what I would do. It's what I actually see the draft playing out. But hey, let me write this down. Oh, dang it. Oh, sorry. It's already been published. It's already been posted on YouTube. Daniel Muir says, Beast, keep grinding, bro. The real ones know what's up. Just glad you only make quality shows, not rumor chasing like others. Look, on Twitter, literally I put this up, right? It's just like me in a game of basketball and football. Speed kills. Spacing kills. So does having a high football IQ kills. So if you know and you have to be aware of your surroundings, what's the why behind why people are stealing my work? Right? Just like with Coach McDaniels, what's the why behind why, if you're playing defense, that the offense is trying to run in their route concepts, in their scissor concepts, in their trips formation to the left? Why are they doing condensed splits down inside the red zone? What's the why behind why they're doing it, to try to figure out what we're doing so they can kind of figure out the why and be successful as to why they're doing what they're doing down inside the red zone as opposed to outside and between the 20s. This is no joke. But thank you so much, Daniel Munoz. I appreciate it. Top Beast says, sleep? Beast don't sleep. Mofos, let's go. I literally got 0 hours of sleep, and I'm always known to do this. And this is nothing new. You guys know I haven't even gone to the gym. If you go to the EOS right off here, St. Rose Parkway, you would know. You haven't seen me. You haven't seen this beanie. You haven't seen me working out at the gym. Why? Because I've been putting in the work. I've been grinding it out. I've been watching game film. I've been cross-checking with my NFL circle. I've been making sure my mock draft's on point. I made sure that when I put stuff out, it's valued content that I know people are going to steal. At the end of the day, I can't help what other people do. But here in the DLB and Beast Nation, at the end of the day, if you put honest work, it's going to shine. And it's shining. And we already know. The Beast receipts check out. Oh, and people that, oh, you pat yourself on the back. Yeah, no crap. I'm a one-man show. I'm the lighting guy. I'm the sound check guy. I am my own network. I am my own live streaming guy. I got to make sure I pay for the streaming service. I got to make sure this is streaming properly. Got to make sure all the connections. What you see here is not necessarily what you see on the back end on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in general. So there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. And then watching game film, 50, 60 hours of game film, and then formulating draft analysis on all 32 NFL teams based on the grades that I provided throughout the year. In voting for the first team All-Pros and the AP, or not AP All-Pro, but the PFWA All-Pro team, All-Rookie team. How would you know where to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses if you don't evaluate the game film? Anybody can watch film, and I said that. I can watch. My 5-year-old niece can watch film. I can have her sitting right here watching film with me. But you know what to look for? Those are two different parameters we're talking about. Does she have a grading system? Does that player fit the scheme? I'm just look, you guys know how much work I put in. And for some people to just act like and be okay, look at themselves in the mirror and be okay with that. I ain't stupid as in draft day. I ain't stupid as in draft day. I watch the mock drafts and I know who's taking who. I can't slide in the late teens. I can't slide. Vontae Matt can't slide in the late teens. Mark's 1130 says, Beast, today is the day Zeke shows everyone why he's this is right. I'm on the Zieg. Everybody, this is what I'm saying. Ziegler is the man. All right. I love Ziegler. I love Coach McDaniels. I love Coach Graham. I told you guys, I've been down this road with the San Francisco 49ers when people were calling for Robert Saleh's head. People were calling for GM John Lynch's head. And I said, hey, take a step back here. And be like, oh, man, like, blah, 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 blah. And they got upset at me because they know the Beast receipts check out. That's why. And this is back in 2017, 2018, right? Oh, yeah. You need to fire Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh's my boy. No, you don't fire him. Oh, because he's my boy? No. I'll tell it like it is. But at the end of the day, I keep it 100. I said Robert Saleh is a head coach in the future, and you guys should not be riding him because he doesn't have the talent on the field on defense. We ranked that. You earn respect by seeing through that crystal ball and providing an analysis that's different from everyone else, but yet provides valuation versus evaluation, grades, or forward thinking that you wouldn't otherwise find anywhere else. And that's what makes the DOB here so special. That's what makes us so special outside of the Beast Nation, which, by the way, thank you everyone that subscribed to the channel. We are up. All right. We are hitting the algorithm. It is working, guys. It is working. Daniel Munoz, thank you so much. He says, you know what? Run it back one more time for the Beast. Call this an investment. Good reporting. Beast is about to gain receipts over the draft. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And like I said, man, it's just, we all know who does this, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, I was talking to somebody who I work with earlier, right? And he knows it goes on. And he's like, dude, I feel really bad for you. Like, because you're grinding it out by yourself. I see it. And you're not getting bigger. Like, I'll just be 100% honest. We are not growing as fast as we should because of what's going on with other people and how they like to do dishonest work. But I cannot control that. So I can only control what I can control, right? Like, how do you face adversity, right? This is something that Coach McDaniels talks about. This is something that Dave Ziegler talks about. How do you, when you have a bump in the road, how you react to that bump is going to determine the path that you're going to take next. There's a fork in the road. You either go left or you go right. You either go up or you go down. But there is a path to take. You can give up and say, you know what, screw it. I'm done. I'm tired of people doing this. Or I can say, you know what, this is only going to make me stronger. Why? Because at the end of the day, the cream always rises to the crop. The cream always rises to the crop. Yeah, the cream always rises to the top. See, I can't even speak right now. You guys know I got Team No Sleep responding to your comments. Engagement. You guys are the driving force here. There's 47 of you guys watching. We've been on for 14 minutes and 43 seconds. Thank you so much, Daniel Munoz, for the love and support and the draft analysis that I've been placing up until this point. We are covering a mock draft right now. The mock draft that I did yesterday and the day prior to that, clean that out. Clean that out. Whoop. It's gone. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Where am I going to get my information now? They're not taking Peter Skoronski? Are you serious? Are you serious? Look, I like Peter Skoronski. He could be the selection. I'm not saying he's not, right? I love Peter Skoronski, but it's not up to me. It's up to Dewan Daniels. It's up to Brandon Yergin, GM Dave Ziegler, all those guys, right? Champ Kelly, of course, the assistant GM, cool guy. Champ Kelly's very cool. You ever get to know him, come from Chicago Bears, very cool guy. But all of them are dope. I think before I get started in talking about them, right, I want to give a shout out to all the scouts for the Las Vegas Raiders because I think they do a tremendous job in building up their board, and I don't think they get enough love in the media because no one knows exactly how much time and input and hard work and sacrifice it takes away from your families, away from your girlfriend, away from everything, solely to focus on the silver and black for all of you to make the picks that they feel is going to create a perfect storm where they think they're trending in the right direction and all parties are aligned to go ahead and have that common goal of just win, baby. All right. So I want to give a special shout out to all these scouts. I'm just going to break it down for you. I have the list here. I just want to give them a shout out because again, all these guys put in the hard work, right? And look, you may agree or you may disagree, but I tell you what, you don't know more than them. I certainly don't know more than them. And look how much I study. You think I study a lot? Those guys grind it out, living out of a duffel bag, going to McDonald's on the McDonald's app, getting that 2-for-1 deal, that Big Mac and a quarter pounder with cheese for $4.99 on a Thursday and a Friday because that's where the deals are. And then you got free Fridays, Fry Fridays. How do I know that? I know. Come on. So let's give them a shout out. Let's give the Las Vegas Raiders scouting department a shout out. So special shout out. We're going to stop at the top. GM Dave Ziegler, of course. Ziegs. Z-Man. Special shout out to you. Assistant GM Champ Kelly. Coming to the Chicago Bears, you already know. What's up, champ? He a champ. Tom Delaney, Senior Vice President, Director of Football Administration, Vice President of Player Personnel or Football Operations, Tom Jones, Director of Pro Personnel. We have Dwayne Joseph, Brad Goldsberry. He's like the football systems guy. We have Director of College Scouting, Brandon Yergin, of course. Sean Herock, Senior Personnel Advisors, been there for many years. DeJuan Daniels, Lenny McGill, and Andy Dengler, both Senior National Scouts. And you know all the other guys in between. So like Jalen Morris, you have Kyle Caballero, right? All these guys do a really good job. So I just want to give my hands off and say, hey man, kill the freaking draft. Kill the draft. Kill it. And silence the haters. Who cares? Don't listen to the noise. Just go with what you think. Don't draft Bo Callahan. We want Bo. We want Bo. All right, so let's go ahead. Top Beat says crickets now. Ain't the crickets, man, right? The crickets now. DMAX says, watch them move back several times to collect future draft capital to then take Iowa edge rusher Lucas Van Ness, who never really started, but is a good situational pass rusher. What does that leave Chandler Jones that you're paying top dollar money to? But that is a great take. You know why? Because Ziggs likes to build the team from the inside out, not the outside in. But why not draft Peter Skoronski at 7, right? If he's sitting there and you know dang well that the Chicago Bears sitting there at 9 also need an offensive lineman. They also worked out Peter Skoronski at his pro day. Chris Moe talked to him. And so, like, where does that leave them, right? Like, because obviously we all know that if you followed me here on YouTube, or if you check out the Beast receipts, or if you follow someone else who follows me but indirectly follows me and then says that he knows this stuff, you would know that Peter Skoronski is highly, 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 highly regarded inside the 10 to 14 range. Or I would say 9 to 14 range, because that's where the Chicago Bears are picking. Ryan Poles is going to go ahead and have his choice of the litter if Paris Johnson is not there. Here's the thing. I also know the Pittsburgh Steelers want to climb up. They want to move up. Write this down. They want to move up, just like they did back in 2019 for Devin Bush. Oh, they want to move up from 28 to around 10 to pick up Paris Johnson. Top B says, I may not always agree with you. One thing I do know, you know football and your content is always on point. Thorough and well-researched. Can only respect that. Thank you so much, Top Beats. I appreciate you. What's up, Jesus? Tell everyone to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. The goal is 10. Yes. The goal is 10K subscribers by September. We can do that. I got 7,000 subscribers or Twitter followers just from Twitter because of my game film breakdowns, my one-on-one drills that y'all come to love, and which break down fundamentals, right? There's no scheme involved in that. So that's fair game. There's things that we can't talk about that I don't know how, whatever, I'm not going to say, but there's things that you can't talk about and you shouldn't, but people do anyways, that you can't do. Like, you can't break down like where a player is lined up. Like, oh, you can't be like, oh, Jonathan Abrams lined up in the slot. You can't say that. That's scheme. That's scheme, because you're tipping your hand that to other teams that, hey, look, that's just wrong. That's just bad for business. You can't do that. Daniel Munoz says, how crazy how people will drop money on YouTubers that just regurgitate crap like a cheerleader while taking shots, but not on a reporter that is legit providing in-depth knowledge. Cream rises, baby. Yeah, man. Hey, you're in line with a lot of people, right? And to me, the people that matter are the people that actually keep it real, right? And thankfully, I have the people whose eyes matter, right? Like, people internally, externally, whatever the case may be, those eyes matter more than 1,000 randoms, right? But it is kind of like, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? But hey, to each their own. You want to follow a content stealer, go ahead and do it. And I'm not saying not all content creators are content stealers. I'm not saying that. That would be wrong of me to say that. There's really good content creators. Someone Raiders a good content creator, right? They have their own Oos Nation now. Shout out to them. They do a really good job at that, by the way. I mean, their stuff looks professional. My stuff does not. So in that regard, Hey, I suck. Oh man. Shout out to my Usos out there, man. All right, Sean Johnson, salute. You bring the real to the Raider Nation before anyone. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And let's just get started. I'm going to be at Raiders headquarters. So there's a reason why I did this pick six, don't miss a beat segment at 6 p.m. Because one, I'm at Raiders headquarters, so I'm going to be the one interviewing the players shortly after they're drafted. And also, we're in the media workroom, right? That's where I work. And we all have I'm going to take pictures of who's there or take a video of who's there because you guys wanted to know who's there today because some people are like pretending they're going to be there and they're not. So we don't want to give a false narrative, right? So I'm going to protect the integrity of who's actually there because they're the ones that are taking their time to put in that work. You know, anyone can do it from the comfort of their own home. That's cool. But let's pay respect to the people who actually put in that work. Does that make sense? And the ones that ask the questions and the ones who have to write their stories and all those people, right? All the beat writers, all the local media. Let's give credit to them, right? And I think oftentimes that goes unnoticed, and I don't think it should. SVT Vasquez says a Big Mac sounds good, not gonna lie. Yeah, man. Ted Cunningham says, Preach Beast. Hey, Ted, I think it's you on Twitter. You just subscribed to my exclusive Twitter membership. I saw that. It's $9.99 on Twitter. If you guys want to subscribe to my exclusive tweets found nowhere else because you have to pay for it now, that is on Twitter. And it's crazy. It's like, oh, wow, you have to pay for stuff now? No, everything's free, but there'll be a set stuff that I'm having exclusively, and you have to pay for that service. Like it's a subscription-based stuff. Let's face it. If people are stealing my stuff, it's worth more than $9.99 a month because they're not making $9.99 an hour. Oh my gosh. Some of these guys be making six figures here on YouTube. It's crazy. And here I am just trying to eat a double cheeseburger and a Happy Meal at McDonald's. Excuse me, can I have an extra hash brown? How much that cost? 79 cents? Okay. There's 52 of you guys watching. If you like what I have to say here on the draft day special, give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to be hitting Raiders headquarters. This is going to be only an hour long because, like I said, I'm going to be at Raiders headquarters, posting from Raiders headquarters, doing an Aloha kickoff video. But let's go ahead and get started on my final mock draft. All right, so let's get into that. At 1, I have Bryce Young. All right, and again, things have changed since yesterday. 1, I have Bryce Young. 2, I have Edge Will Anderson. 3, I still have the Tennessee Titans moving up for a quarterback. It is not Anthony Richardson. It is CJ Stroud. All right. 4, I have Will Levis going to the Indianapolis Colts. 5, this is where it gets tricky. And I broke this down, and somebody write this down. I don't think they're going to go Jalen Carter for a number of different reasons. One, Jalen Carter went on record saying his stock might slip a little bit. And before that incident took place, you cannot guarantee he wouldn't fall outside the top 5 anyways. Why? Because there's always those teams reaching for a quarterback, and that could be 3 out of the top 5 picks. The other remaining one is a BPA in Will Anderson. And the flip side of that is an edge rusher. Do you favor an edge rusher over an interior defensive lineman? Those are dynamics of the GM's tendencies and biases based at the top of the draft and how I see this draft playing out. But no, everybody wants to copy this analysis, so let me write this down. Okay, top of the draft. Yeah, difference between horizontal, vertical, connecting the dots. Michael McCann, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, what up, Beast? Mahalo. Does Lamar Jackson get traded today? The faithful miss you, brother. Oh, man, I miss you guys too. And look, man, everyone knows that people copy my stuff. Even it happened with the Niners. It's not my one-trick pony, right? So it's not. We all know how people do the Beast wrong. But then again, that's why I'm the Beast. I miss you guys too. I really do. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I miss you guys, man. You guys are nothing but good vibes only. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Maybe I'll do a meet and greet again when I'm back in the Bay Area. I'm coming back. I don't know when I'm going back, to be honest with you. I'll let you guys know. And then maybe we can do a meet and greet again and meet all you guys, and whoever can come out. Should be fun. But in regards to your question, yeah, I heard about that. Talked to some of my friends who are beat writers about that. And they asked me for my take. They're like, hey, man, you're good with the draft stuff, man. I need to know what's going on. First of all, what's going on with the Raiders? I'm like, bro, come on. He's like, is it Raider really Peter Skoronski? And I was like, man, Bill Belichick has never drafted an offensive tackle that had 32.25-inch arms, no less than 33. Isaiah Wynn and Nate Solder had at least 33-inch arm length. Let me write this down. 33-inch arm length. Okay, won't take Peter Skoronski. Don't see him as a tackle. See him more as a guard because he has alligator arms. So one of my friends is like, hey, who do you think they're really going to take then? I was like, okay, let me break it down. And then we were talking about bulky. Shout out to my guy, GM Trent Bulky. We were talking and we were talking about arm length because he always favors arm length and ACL players. Like Tank Carity, top 15 talent out of Florida State, fell in the second round. Thought that was a great pick, trading from number 34 to 40. But anyways, getting back to Lamar Jackson, my guy. With the Tennessee Titans of all teams, go figure. For, I think, wide receiver Justin Hunter. But anyways, how do I remember? I'll check the beast receipts. Michael McCann. So get back to your question. First of all, I miss you. Second of all, miss all of you guys. Second of all, thank you for the super chat. And lastly, do I think Lamar Jackson gets traded today? I don't think so. I don't think you draft Sam Darnold. I don't think you'd sign a 1-year deal for him to play behind Lamar Jackson. I just don't see that. And you have Trey Lance coming off injury, so I don't see that. Raiders Premier says Gonzalez at 7. All right, so let's go ahead and there's 58 of you guys watching right now. Give this video a thumbs up. That is free, and it helps out and push the algorithm to other like-minded nations like yourselves as we continue to grow the channel. We're up to 100 subscribers more this month here on YouTube. So we are doing the job, right? So what you guys are doing is working, engaging with me on the platform, send me super chats, giving me a thumbs up. All these things are going to hit the algorithm and push it to other like-minded nation so they know what's going on. All right. Larry Finnis says, LOL, alligator arms. I have alligator. I know it's like T-Rex, like, oh, let's watch the Land Before Time. I have short arms, man. Look. Actually, no, but I have for my size, I have pretty big hands though for my size, but that's not saying much because I'm 5'5". But does hands matter? How big is our hand? Why? Do you want to see if I can pick up a big gulp? Slurpee? Oh man. No, you're right. You are right. Chat Sports did do that. They did do that. But Jean-Paul Edward Didio says Jurassic Park, bro. And it was brought to my attention that they did that. I wasn't searching for it. You know, people watch other people and have my back, and then they call it out. So internally, externally, it's all. Look, I told you guys, people are watching. Like we have the Beast Nation and the DOB family is very strong, and it's not about who you know, it's what you know, right? A lot of times too. Everybody says it's not about what you know, it's who you know. But sometimes it's the reverse. It's sometimes not who you necessarily who you know, but what you know and how you find that out. DMS says you are correct. See? And someone brought it into my attention yesterday in the live stream. So don't blame me. Blame the guy who called them out on the live stream. He said Chat Sports. I didn't even know. I had no idea until it came up. And I was like, I still had no idea because I'm doing a live stream. And then after they sent me the link, I was like, oh, that's funny. Let me write this down. So anyways, whatever. We're moving on. Seattle Seahawks are going to go after edge Tyree Wilson. Now they're probably going to go after Jalen Carter. Everybody has Jalen Carter. Everybody has Jalen Carter except for Bucky Brooks and me and Todd McShay. All right. But again, I compare against the best. NFL Network and ESPN. I got to beat them 3 years in a row. Come on, I got to do it. But I'm going to roll with Tyree Wilson. All right. I'm just saying. Number 6, I think the Lions are going to Devin Witherspoon. All right. With the Raiders on the clock. Here we go. This is what you guys all been waiting for. All right. So I want to get more people. I want to get more eyes on here. We have 59 people. We're talking about the Raiders right now. So get your buddies in here so they can steal my content. Go ahead and do it. Go. I'll wait for you guys so I can at least get 5 cents out of it. Literally. And then you guys can make $50,000 off this video and call it and pass it off as your own. Darnell Sanders says, I started watching your channel about a week ago. Hands down the best. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And from the bottom of my heart, I genuinely appreciate that. And that's why I think what separates us from everyone else is my flavor is different. Not necessarily better or worse. It's just different. Everyone brings their own flavor, right? Everyone brings on the beat, right? I'm not talking about content creators. Content creators are in a different space than beat writers, reporters who actually are asking the questions. Not saying we're better, but it's just a different ball game, right? It's like, it's different. It's because we do this as our 9 to 5, right? That's our 9, or for me, 24/7. But beat writers have their own flavor, right? So whether it's Vinny, whether it's Hondo, whether it's me, whether it's Adam Hill, Vic Tafer, Tashawn Reed from The Athletic, we all have Ed Graney, right? Kevin Bollinger, PG from ESPN, right? We all have our flavor. Cassie Soto, Heidi Fang, we all have our flavor. So it's just a different flavor. And I think that's what helped me grow the Niner fan base into being literally the largest Facebook blog website independently on Facebook. I mean, we had up to 240,000 followers at one point. 240,000 followers. And that's what they like. So I think that's what you guys like here in the nation, is because you guys didn't get that flavor. Right. So I'm bringing that flavor to you, and I'm hoping you guys like it. And some people can say, oh, you're conceited. You're like on Twitter, you're patting yourself on the back too much. Just keep grinding and don't worry about exposing people, because we already, literally, this guy said this. We know the Raiders know that they steal your work. Like, literally, this dude said that on Twitter. Literally said the Raiders know they steal. I'll read it to you. He literally said that. He literally said, I was like, wait, what? He says that they know. Where is it? Oh, first he calls me a child for exposing people for nothing. Oh, here he goes. You're a child exposing people for nothing, patting yourself on the back all the time. Nonstop promoting your YouTube channel. It's disgusting. Okay, first of all, there's different layers to this. I'm not a child, and exposing people for nothing is not nothing. The fact that you admit that I'm exposing them means that I'm onto something and that it's wrong, right? Because now I'm questioning a person's integrity, right? And doing the right thing, because there's a right and a wrong. If the roles were reversed and that happened to you and they're stealing money out of your back pocket, wouldn't you be upset? Especially if they're stealing your work? Absolutely. So don't get twisted and get mad at me, because that's probably your boy that I'm calling out. Second of all, patting myself on the back is something that I have to do. Why? Because the Beast receipts check out. Why follow me if I don't get it right in real time, cross-checking the hindsight? You might as well just follow my 5-year-old niece. And thirdly, that's how I make my money, is from YouTube, posting content, explaining everything in detail in the description box, just like I do on a website. Same exact scenario applies. So how I make my money is no different than how you make yours. I don't tell you how to do your job, so please don't tell me how to do mine, right? Right? It's only fair. So he says, I suggest you focus on yourself. You put in the work. You know that the Raiders know that there's no need to call out anyone or keep. Oh, sorry. He said the Raiders fans know that. There's no need to call out anyone or keep putting yourself on the back, keep patting yourself on the back, but whatever, you do you. Okay, here's the thing with that. Let me write this down. If Raider fans knew that was happening, which here in Beast Nation knows, there's so many other nation that do not know. Let's be honest about that. Let's be real about that. 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, that's small time compared to some of these guys that have 30,000. So you're telling me that based on that alone, that the nation no, they don't know. What they don't know, they don't know. And the fact, I'm not exposing them to something that otherwise they shouldn't be doing in the first place. So if you get exposed, that's on you. Don't get mad at me. Just stay in your lane and do your own work. Right? Oh, but hey, people want to push a false narrative because they want to protect their friends and they know that they're wrong and whatever. All right. So with the 7th pick What do the Raiders do? Are they going to trade down with the Philadelphia Eagles? Nope, they are not. They are not. Now, it could happen with the Philadelphia Eagles. I pointed that out. So that's one scenario, which is why I pointed it out, because it could happen. But I think ultimately they stay pat and they select the best player available with Devin Witherspoon off the board at number 6. I think he's their highest rated player. And then there's a little bit of a drop off. I think it comes down between Christian Gonzalez and Paris Johnson Jr. Crazy. I never said that yesterday or the day before when talking about my mock draft. But right now, I see them selecting the best player available at a position of need. At a position of need, which would be what? Cornerback Christian Gonzalez or Paris Johnson. You know why? Because I don't know how their board stacks up. They could have Christian Gonzalez as their 1A cornerback, right? CB1. I call it 1A, but that's because I have a vertical and a horizontal. But people say CB1. It really is confusing because CB1 to me means a starting boundary cornerback. Doesn't necessarily, whatever. I think based on my horizontal board, because I don't know how the board stacks up. You don't know if Christian Gonzalez is going to be favored by Coach Graham simply because he has better coverage skills. And despite playing in the Pac-12, which I think is not as good as a conference in the Big Ten, you see the coverage skills, you see the ball skills, you see his fluidity, you see the ability for him to be playing multiple sport athlete, right? Like making plays on the football naturally. I mean, he was beat on a play, came back and like broke all the cardinal rules on the play that we broke down here on YouTube. And he made a nice over-the-shoulder catch, like a Willie Mays type of, like, where does that come from? Like, you can't coach that. But you don't see Coach Graham running drills with Coach Ash and Coach Simmons be like, oh, yeah, let's just throw it deep. And I want you to have your eyes closed and just I'm joking. It wasn't like that. That'd be crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't practice that. Because why? Because, like, one, if you're playing, no offense to defensive backs, but if you play DB, it's probably because you couldn't play wide receiver. Like, let's just be honest about that. You couldn't catch. Or, well, you couldn't catch well enough. All right. Oh, man. All right. So I have the Raiders selecting the 67 of you guys watching now. See, we got it up. How'd I know? How'd I know we went to 59 to 67 and someone's not going to be writing this down? I told y'all the beast receipt checks out, but oh, let me just pat myself on the back. No, it's facts. These are factual information. So this is where I see it playing out. All right. This is where I see it playing out. And again, we've been on for 40 minutes and 4 seconds. I'm doing this live stream now because I'm going to be at Raiders headquarters reporting for all you guys straight. And then we'll be talking to the draft pick shortly after he's drafted. So again, and I'm told to get food. So I'm hungry. Feed the beast, man. And I think we're going to go eat in the cafeteria that the players eat in, which we always walk by. And I was always smelling the In-N-Out, like, oh, In-N-Out. Get me a 4x4, no salt, extra toasted bun, no salt on the patties, please. You already know how we do it in the bodybuilding games when I'm on prep. If you don't know, now you know. But let me pat myself on the back. Oh, you're a bodybuilder? You call yourself? Yeah, man, I do that too. I'm not a one-trick pony, as GM Dave Ziegler would say. All right. So this is what I have. I have this is crazy, right? And this is something that I never really reported yet. I knew he was on their radar, right? I knew this guy could potentially be the pick back in November when I was running game film. I knew it was going to come down between Peter Skoronski, Paris Johnson, Christian Gonzalez, and Devin Witherspoon. I think it came down to those four in that cluster at pick number 6 through 9 range back in November. Ultimately, I think they roll with Paris Johnson Jr. at number 7. I really do. And this goes against everyone else. And you know what? Here's the thing. I would be extremely happy if they got Christian Gonzalez. I would be extremely happy if they got Devin Witherspoon. Unfortunately, Devin Witherspoon is off the board. And if you're looking at cornerback depth in this draft class, you can find a guy in the tail end of round 1 if you feel the need to draft and go ahead and trade up because you have 12 picks to use the ammo. So to get Emmanuel Forbes, let me write this down. Emmanuel Forbes, trade down, back up in the tail end of round 1. Dan Wood says, worst part is chat sports. They just act like cheerleaders and frat boys. No film breakdowns or player breakdowns, just stealing people's work and taking shots. It's trash. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't follow them. But to each their own. I mean, I can't say one way or the other because I don't know. Like, I don't know him personally, so I'm not gonna say that and say that. But I mean, I'm not. Then again, I'm not gonna say that there's people that I work with that don't like him. That's fact. That is a definite fact. But to say that I like him or don't like him, or I don't know him, so I can't say one or the other. So I'll give Mitchell the benefit of the doubt because I don't know him. It'd be unfair for me to judge a guy just based on what we see on social media. As fair or unfair as that is, right? I mean, stealing work or whatever, or recycling work or whatever the case may be. I mean, whether or not he does that, you be the judge. But no, on a personal level, I don't know him, so I can't say. Larry Fleming says, I subscribed last night. I'm a freelance language teacher, and I know it is to have to produce your own revenue. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, Larry. And best of luck to you as a freelance language teacher. Party says, everybody here, please take a second to subscribe to Beast. Keep it going, bro. Thank you so much, man. So I think they're going to take Paris Johnson Jr. He has the arm length that, Coach Brasillo likes. You can move him and play him on the right side. You have Colton Miller there. So you have Colton Miller, Dylan Parham. Get this. Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, Alex Bars for now, right? And I like Alex Bars. I hope he wins that starting job. I like Alex Bars. Okay. Actually, I like all the guys. And I like Jermaine Illuminor. And Paris Johnson Jr., right? And don't take my word for it. What did Lincoln Kennedy say? When Lincoln Kennedy said this, it's just validated my idea that I was actually onto something. And look what Todd McShay said on ESPN. He literally echoed what I said and been saying all along. Peter Skoronski or Paris Johnson or a cornerback. Devin Witherspoon. He actually mocked Christian Gonzalez there. Ultimately, I don't think they reach because I think the depth in the cornerback position, because they have so much ammo, I think at the end of today, the Raiders will ultimately end up with 2 round 1 picks. And I'll be talking to 2 players shortly after they're drafted. All right, so that's what I have. Paris Johnson at 7. Write that down. 60 of you guys watching, give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say. Also, if you'd like to support through a super chat or super sticker, you guys can do that. And we're on for 44 minutes and 50 seconds. So holler at me. I'm doing the quick one. We're going to do a quick rundown, right? Atlanta Falcons, they make no trade. They get Bijan Robinson, number 9, with Paris Johnson Jr. off the board because I know the Chicago Bears wanted him. And I know the Northwestern coach is a Chicago Bears fan. And he had a good talk and meeting with GM Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. Write this down. Matt Eberflus, Paris Johnson. They get Peter Skoronski because the Raiders picked 2 picks earlier and they miss out on their guy that they really wanted in Paris Johnson Jr. Sorry. That's why I think the Raiders stay put. They know. They're like, I was watching Beast's mock and he knows that what he's saying is true. I was there. I was there at the pro day. I know what's going on, right? That's what they're probably saying. Yeah, he's right. He's right. I did see them talk. Why would you not, though? I mean, if you're going to Northwestern, you're probably there to watch Peter Skoronski. And they want to spill the beans. Let me write this out. What else is he going to say? I'm scrambling here. Draft is in 3 hours. All right. Number 10, Jalen Carter falls. It doesn't fall outside the top 10. Howie Roseman gets his man by staying straight and true to his board. Jackson Smith and Jigba obviously goes to the Arizona Cardinals at 11. Anthony Richardson goes to the Texans at 12 with no trade up necessary. Packers get edge Nolan Smith, the 4th round 1 pick by GM Brian Gutekunst. The Patriots always do something crazy. They make a strange pick last year with Cole Strange, no pun intended. And they do it again with Drew Sanders, off-ball linebacker. All right. I see similar traits in him that I do in, I would say, Roll Tide, Roll Product, Dante Hightower, who they got. Dante Hightower, round 1, Roll Tide, Roll. That's a reach. That's a reach pick, but hey, Cole Strange was a reach too. New York Jets go ahead and get offense tackle Broderick Jones. Again, this is how I see it playing out, not what I would do. Washington would pick up Joey Porter. Steelers miss out on Joey Porter Jr., and they select offensive tackle Darnell Wright, the right tackle, which I don't think is happening. I don't think they reach like that, but I want to hedge my bet because if I get the position right, I get points for that. Christian Gonzalez, again, hedged my bet. They took Devin Witherspoon at 6, but in case he falls to the Raiders at 7 and they opt for Jalen Carter or someone like that, I like to hedge my bet. So I went Christian Gonzalez. At number 20, I took Osiris Torrance. Jason Light likes those guys. Those hog mollies that GM Dave Gettleman talks about. He gets one here. Seattle Seahawks go after edge Will McDonald. Again, what I'm doing here is I'm hedging my bet. They took Tyree Wilson at number 5. They do it again. They have Ochino and Wosu, and they have also talking too fast. Let me gather my thoughts. And Darrell Taylor, who can potentially hit up double-digit sack artists, but both those guys will be unrestricted free agents if they're not tagged after the year. And we all saw what happened with Cliff Averill and other edge rushers in the past, right? You already know about Frank Clark going to – okay, you see what I'm saying here? Again, let me write this down. Okay, Tennessee's biases, Seahawks, Jam, John Schneider. Okay. 21, GM Tom Telesco gets tight end Michael Mayer. At 22, the Baltimore Ravens always go BPA under GM Eric DeCosta. I see Deontay Banks as a nice matchup for him. Minnesota Vikings, they go ahead and San Diego State, holla at your boy, Kevin O'Connell, my classmate from back in the day, goes ahead and gets Zay Flowers. Woohoo! Zay Flowers, the speedy wide receiver. Jacksonville Jaguars at 24, GM Trent Baalke and my guy Ethan Wall go ahead and get a wide receiver. Hopefully he doesn't turn out like AJ Jenkins at a Fighting Illini and goes after and targets Jordan Addison. New York Giants go ahead and get Brian Branch. They go BPA. Joe Shane knows talent when he sees it. He can use him in a variety of roles as a chess piece. He gets him. Dallas Cowboys miss out on Brian Branch, but they do get tight end Dalton Kincaid to take over for Schultz. And the Buffalo Bills and my guy, AJ Highsmith, they go after defensive tackle Kalijah Cansey. Cincinnati Bengals go after Jahmyr Gibbs, Roll Tide Roll product at running back. Saints go after edge Miles Murphy. You know how Mickey Loomis likes to build his team. Talk about it on Twitter, building teams on the inside out. That's why, instead of outside in, that's why he's always there and always alive and well. Philadelphia Eagles go after Steve Avila. Dang it. I wanted the Raiders to go after this fool. I like a Steve Avila, but he goes and he's a replacement for Isaac Seumalo, who goes off to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they find the replacement there, teaming up with Landon Dickerson, along with obviously Kelsey, and you have Jordan Mailata, and of course Lane Johnson on the right side. All right, so you know how they like to do their business, building teams from the inside out, down in the trenches on both sides of the football. They solidify defense first and then roll offense on the flip side of that. All right, Kansas City Chiefs under GM Brett Veach, they go after wide receiver Jalen Hyatt. They find speed, they get it, and they take the speedy wide receiver out of Tennessee. How'd I do? Let me write this down. Space Chimp, thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Have a blast tonight. All right, we got 20 minutes left. There's 72 of you guys watching. Crazy, because people be talking and want to write this down. Oh, but hey, it's not good exposing people, calling them out for stuff that they shouldn't be doing in the first place. It's like it's like you're stealing money from me. That's not cool. So it's not calling you out, it's calling yourself out. Because I'm only talking to the people who are stealing my work. I'm not talking to people who aren't. So if you feel some type of way, that's on you. You have to be okay with that tonight when you go to sleep at night. When you look at yourself in the mirror and brush your teeth, wash your face, and be okay while I'm staying up late, working tireless hours, watching game film and putting stuff on film and putting stuff on interviews and putting stuff on the radio and putting stuff here for all the people in the DOB family and Beast Nation. And for you to be okay with that, I cross-check your integrity. DMS says, don't forget to follow Beast on all social media platforms. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Space Chimp, for the super chat. Yeah, we've been on. There's 69 of us watching. Give this video a thumbs up. It pushes the algorithm to other like-minded nation like yourselves. And like I said, we are growing. It is working. What we are doing is working with the super chats, the engagement, the likes. It's going nothing but good vibes only. And I love it. All right, so here's oh, thank you. What's up, G? Just breaking news. Lamar Jackson signs a 5-year contract with the Ravens. I guarantee this makes him the highest paid quarterback in the entire NFL. Am I right or am I right? I'm doing this live. I don't know. but I'm thinking he's going to be the highest paid quarterback in terms of guaranteed money because he's a dual threat quarterback. Please, someone tell me right now. This is live, okay? I can't be making this crap up. It's live. Is he the highest paid quarterback in terms of guaranteed money? Not APY, but guaranteed money. Oh, JP Edwards said, yeah. Beast receipt. You can't make this stuff up. Let me write this down. Oh. He said number hasn't come out yet. But someone said they got 255 million. Is this right? Raiders Primo says 255 for 5 years. So if you do the math, 50. I'm gonna get back in school. This is how old I am. Back in school, I don't know if you guys are old like me, but you can't do that. You can't count on your hand. The teacher would get that yardstick and slap your hand. It's like, dude, what the heck, man? Nowadays, that'd be considered abuse. I used to get slapped on the hand all the time, be like, and all of a sudden you hear these footsteps. Like, dang, man. You have a bad day? You have a bad day today? Oh, man. Tian Jung, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. And welcome to the DOB. So, okay. So there's 75 of us watching. I got to get over to Raiders headquarters. I can run there. Literally, I can run there. I can do my cardio, but I also got to hit the gym. So, I don't know how I'm going to play this, but I got to be there. So that is the most important thing. You got to prioritize what you do and what you don't do, right? So, and how you do it. So, team no sleep. You can tell right now, I ain't joking. Like, I got 0 hours of sleep. I am running on pure adrenaline. So if there's anyone tired, it should be me. So if I mumble, if I jumble, if I go off topic like I normally do anyways, but if it's more times than not, more often than usual, you know why. I can't even gather my thoughts right now. I can't really gather my thoughts right now. All right, so let me just go ahead and post who are the Raiders are going to draft, right? Because that's what you guys want. You guys want the nitty gritty, right? So people can write this down. All right, so again, I don't think they're going to make 12. This is my beast receipts, all right? One, GM Dave Ziegler is not going to make 12 draft picks. He said that in the presser. But Dave, come on. Come on, Dave. You know as well as I do, you're not going to make 12 draft picks, Dave. You're going to leverage the 2024 draft class, Dave. People are, oh yeah, get 12 good players. Bro, you can get 12 good players by not drafting 12 good players. You can get 12 good players by dabbling in the undrafted rookie free agent pool. Let's do that right after the draft ends because everyone's fighting for those players that you want that you think is a scheme fit. Come on. GM Dave Ziegler, this is how the draft is going to unfold. I told you guys already. Put it on Twitter, but I'm just going to review for people who are new to follow me. Look, check the beast receipts. 2 to 3 draft day trades when it's all said and done. They're going to maneuver multiple draft picks, specifically in round 5. They're going to give up multiple 5th round picks to move back up into the 4th round to get a coveted player that they want. Furthermore, they could go ahead and make a trade with their 3rd round picks. I don't think they do that. I think they hold on to those picks because, again, you don't trade Darren Waller without getting a guy like Tucker Kraft at pick number 100 that you got from the New York Giants. Something I pointed out back in 2021, something that I pointed out last year and this year. I think Tucker Kraft is a guy that's on their wish list. And it's funny, people are mentioning Tucker Kraft all of a sudden. Let me write this down. Tucker Kraft. Yeah. I talked about him. No, you didn't. So I have Paris Johnson Jr. at first pick, number 10 overall. I have in the 2nd round, they go the flip side. They get Keanu Benton. He falls to them at pick number 38. And this is kind of wishful thinking, but I'm hoping it plays this way. In the 3rd round, they stick on the defense side of the football. They see value in Julius Brent. Again, this is why they pass up on Christian Gonzalez at pick number 10 if Devin Witherspoon's off the board because they see talent at number 70. They go Julius Brent. 3rd round at pick number 100, that the pick that they got from the New York Giants, they went after tight end Tucker Kraft because they need a tight end. I like OJ Howard. I like Austin Hooper, but you need someone to craft up some cheese. Let's go after Tucker Kraft. Pick 109. No one's talking about this guy. I like his arm length. Graded him for the better half of the last 2 years now. He's very comes from a strong program in the Big Ten. He puts up good film. Doesn't really get home sometimes, gets kind of washed out sometimes, but I like what he brings to the table. And that is number 9, Zach Harrison. Let's go ahead and get that guy. Zach Harrison, edge rusher in the fourth round. In the fifth round, at pick number 141, they go after Jalen Marino Cropper. Covered him at East-West Shrine Bowl festivities. Got to know him a little bit. I like him a lot. I think he fits the Raider way. And again, the last 3 picks are going to be from the East-West Shrine Bowl. And I covered these guys at the East-West Shrine Bowl, got to know them on a personal level, just like any scout would. I like edge Jose Ramirez in the 5th round. Again, he's a guy that I really liked. And, of course, Dante Stills, I like him as well in the 5th round, the defensive tackle who is not scheme dependent. You can put him in a 34 base and a 4 technique, and he played all along the line. And you can also play the 3 technique and obviously the 4-eye, the 2, the 1, whatever the case may be. That is it. That is it. All right. So I think, gosh dang it, I want to wrap this up, but there's so many questions here. Riley Simmons says, Beast, what draft had more first round grades this year? This one or 2013 was a weak class in my opinion. I have to go back. I don't have time to do that right now because I have to be at Raiders headquarters, but I will get back to you on that because it is a very, very good question. It is. I'm not trying to, I swear, I'm not trying to sidestep you or diss you. I do want to get to your questions, but obviously I work at Raiders headquarters, so people can steal my analysis and pass it off as their own and pretend that they're there when they're not. So that's how we do things here, I guess, on YouTube, right? Jeremy List says, bro, we need linebackers. You do need linebackers. So this is where, like I said, right? Like if you're running a 3-4 or 4-3 and you need a linebacker, Drew Sanders, Jack Campbell, all those guys are off the board when I made these picks. So you look at the off-ball linebacker. You also look at the other linebackers who they can get as undrafted rookie free agents. That list will be coming out shortly thereafter because I think they're going to bring in at least 1 or 2 guys who are linebackers that otherwise may go undrafted, because when you look at the vertical board versus the horizontal, you look at who they get right here. You pick up 3 real prospects. Trust me, I was there at the East-West Shrine Bowl festivities. I would say like 20 out of the 32 NFL teams were high on all these guys, at least 24 out of 32. All right. So you see value there because this is what I did. I scouted, right? That was to get to this point, right? To form this analysis. So you're not wrong in that we need linebackers. I'm 100% on with that. So I like Deion Henley. He could be a guy, but I didn't know where to fit him in because I saw the valuation versus evaluation when running my grades. And I just felt like Tucker Kraft was a better fit for what they do and how they like to use Jimmy Garoppolo, using the tight end as a security blanket. JPS says 5-year, $260 million receipts. Oh, there you go. There you go. Kevin Lurker says, you're talking in 4.3 speed. I know I talk fast, man, but I got to get going. We've been on for an hour. There's 57 of you guys watching. We just wrapped up today's Don't Miss the Beat segment from the Beat because I'll be at Raiders headquarters, obviously. And it just so happened to be today, right? The draft starts today. So obviously the grind at Raiders HQ also starts today, as there is no off season here in the dark side of BEASTwriter. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I just want to give a special shout out to those who supported me through super chats to kick off today's gains. And again, if you're watching the replay, you guys can send me a super thanks as well. Also, I wanted to give a special shout out before I go. Michael Flinko, for your donation, your $20 donation through Venmo. Thank you so much. Again, if you guys want to donate through Venmo, like Kelly Joseph has, like Daniel, like Flinko has right here, Michael Flinko, you guys can do that. It's in the description box of every video. And I think that's better, to be honest with you, donating through Venmo, because I get it 100%. And it all gets funneled back into you guys with the giveaways and prizes and so forth. So spread all the word to all your family and friends. But yeah, I just want to give a special shout out to those who gave me a super chat. Thank you so much, Daniel Munoz. Beast, keep grinding, bro. The real ones know what's up. Just glad you only make quality shows, not rumor chasing like others. And sent me another one. You know that, run it back one more time for the Beast. Call it an investment in good reporting. Beast is about to rein receipts over the draft. And like I said, man, I would like any one of the cornerbacks. I would be happy with that. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen, right? It could. Michael McCann says, "What up, Beast? Mahalo. Does Lamar Jackson get traded today? Oh, the faithful miss you, brother. Thank you so much, Michael McCann. I miss you too. And obviously, as this was going live, he was unyet signed, and now he's signed. Space Chimp, thank you much. I appreciate you, brother. Have a blast tonight. And thank you so much, Tian Jiang. Appreciate the super chat. All right. So again, we're going to wrap up this live stream. Again, I liked what everyone had to say and engage with me. And I appreciate all the comments that I've been getting. Again, I am running on empty, literally. And I don't know how I'm going to survive the night. But I'm going to find a way, find the willpower, and finish strong some way, somehow. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'll be posting more content. All right. So this is not the end. This is only the beginning, because I'll be at Raiders headquarters. So I'll be posting my Aloha kickoff videos that I always do straight from Raiders headquarters, and let you guys know who's there, who's not, and what I expect and what I'm hearing straight from Raiders HQ. Because I'm there. Let me write this down. 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 Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We had a fun show, and that's it for right now on this Don't Miss a Beat from the Beat by yours truly, Dark Side of BEASTwriter. Mahalo, Beast Nation.